Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're James of the Games. Happy Sunday, folks. Hello, Cedric. Happy Sunday. Oh my God. My brain is not with me. Right. The literal song Diamonds and Pearls. There's something about the I don't know. My brain short circuited and was like, is there a line in the song If I Were a Carpenter about giving you diamonds and pearls? No. But there is a line in the song, Diamonds and Pearls, to that effect. Okay. Here we are. I'm going to get right down to business because way more likely today that I will make good on my I don't think I can go as long as I usually want to when I'm playing this game, Blue Prince. Because I wonder what my favorite Prince. I feel like I haven't listened to enough Prince. It really feels like one of the giant gaps where like I know enough Prince to know that I love Prince. So like, why haven't I gone and gotten more Prince into my mind? I feel like for me, it's something obvious at this stage. Like, I really like When Doves Cry. Okay, here we are. Another random weird gap in my music knowledge along similar lines is Public Enemy. I like pretty much every Public Enemy song I've ever heard. Nah. And it's not Prince, but like it's a Prince song by Morris Day and the Time. That then Snoop Dogg did a cover of. Cool. I really like that song. Not as much as When Doves Cry. I'm not saying it's my favorite Prince song or anything. And I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith guy in the world, but I do think it's a good gag that is it Jay? It must be Jay because the thing with Silent Bob is he doesn't talk. That Jay in one of those movies, Jay's like ranting about how his favorite band is Morris Day and the Time. Hey, Stimpinski, happy Sunday! I was actually at the start of the stream yesterday. I was like, I started a thought and then I was like, you know what? I'll hold off on this one until Stimpinski perhaps arrives at some point. So let me get that out of the way, and then we'll play Blueprints, which is that. Oh my goodness, I'm almost out of Baba puzzles. Solved every puzzle in the base game, and every puzzle in the new adventures, and as far as I can tell, there are at most like 5 left in the museum that I haven't solved. I even solved one during the starting soon screen in that museum. British, hello. Yeah, keep the wave short. No, no need to put too much movement onto your swollen hands. I hope those are maybe feeling a bit better than yesterday. Uh, and so I then was like, has Hempuli, the developer, at any point said like, I'm going to do Babas too? You know, no, that has not happened. But he's released a few smaller scale games with Baba, including I can't remember what it was called, but the most recent one also sounds very interesting because it's like it's Into the Breach, but with Baba. And the only thing I read in the paragraph about it was like it integrates, it's a tribute to Into the Breach, so that's its core gameplay, but it integrates the Baba Is You thing where like if the level's mission is destroy all mountains, part of the key is to strike the text blocks so that they shift around to spell mountains are weak, and then you can smash the mountains easier. It sounds fun. I'm gonna have to check that out because certainly, out of curiosity, I'm grabbing my Switch and further prolonging the start of Blueprints, just so I can look at all of my games on my Switch, sorted by playtime. Yeah, Into the Breach and Baba Is You are both in my top 10 most played games on Switch. Into the Breach is at 9. Unless you say, I have not. I've heard good things. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Modern classics for sure. I and in fact, they both got the same kind of eventual single giant update deal. Alas, I will almost certainly not. Okay, here we go. Launching Blueprints. Today, it's not outside the realm of the possibility that I will reach the fabled 46th room. But oh, gotta turn this down in my own ears a fair bit so I'm not shouting at you all over it. Okay. Oh dear. I hear there's also a heat wave in Ontario, like in central Canada. We are certainly having our hottest days of the year so far, but it's not so bad. Like this is as deep into the year as we've ever made it living here without Danielle demanding that I install the air conditioner up in the bedroom. So that's good. But oof. The appeal of summer to me as a kid, besides going to my grandmother's cottage, which we don't need to get into, but it's gone forever now. So that's no longer a thing that I care about. Uh, Besides that, the big appeal of summer had always been day 20, baby. Had always been for me not having school. And then as it turns out, I wound up structuring my adult life in such a way that it's still based around the school year. So, which is all to say, oh yeah, the heat part of summer sucks. If I could have early June weather for the majority of the summer, I would take that in a second. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is this is almost certainly not going to come through for me. Just going to confirm the cruelty of needing to get the basement key again, which I know I do. But what if I didn't? Wait. No. Wait. Yes. Okay. Game changer. If the basement door stays unlocked, then our odds of it all coming together today just got better. Because here's the thing. We got to go down to go up or to advance or whatever. The next step is in the basement and involves getting to the reservoir when the reservoir is down 1 water level. Wow. Yeah, like spring, like we have February break at my institution, but it's not like, stuff goes wild here in Halifax in the middle of winter in February. Okay, since I've wasted a bunch of steps just to start the day off, I might as well waste a couple more and see what outdoor room I get. More than a couple. But yes, okay. So I need to get into the underground with the reservoir lowered 1 level, and the potential for doing that is greater now because the 2 routes that could get me there are route number 1, draft the tomb for the outdoor room, and then somewhere indoors, just draft the pump room. Those two drafts together would allow me to get to the reservoir with it lowered by one level so I can get in that rowboat, go across the thing. Or, and this is easier to pull off now, if that fountain basement door is going to stay unlocked, I could get the boiler room and connect it to the pump room, which would then, a powered pump room, I can use that storage tank and I can make it so that the fountain stays drained and the reservoir goes down one level. And then once that's done, I can just walk in. So nice. And in the meantime, we'll continue seeing what else we discover. I have bad associations with the root cellar because of that day 18 that froze. I'm going to go with the tool shed, particularly because if I happen to draw the... actually, no. Never mind. I take back what I was about to say. So we get the battery pack, which is a... need the workshop, I think, to get anything out of that. Ooh. This feels like a, hey, you're getting there kind of... This item, maybe it can appear at any time, and it's just rare and I've not seen it. It feels like something that maybe got put into the mix specifically because I'm now at the point where the drafting of mechanical floor plans is an essential part of advancing. What a helpful tool to have. Okay. So I am sad to say that my impatience to get Baba out of my brain did result in me not looking up the full solution to any puzzles. But for 2 puzzles, I did look at a solution just to see the first 3 steps and figure it out from there. Oh, right, the getting a package thing. Packing slip from the Cinca company. Ooh, an amateur lockpick kit, a magnifying glass, and 2 gems. Sweet. Thank you, Kay Thompson. And thanks to the Cinca company as a whole. This will also be extremely helpful. All right. Yes, so my big thing last time was that I finally, not only did I do a full house, which is gratifying, fill the entire floor plan, but more significantly, I reached the atrium for the first time, the antechamber, sorry, and the atrium is... I actually don't know the exact definition of what counts as an atrium, so maybe this house doesn't have an atrium. Den, please. It's the perfect draft for here. Not that I wouldn't have liked to have the breakfast nook, but there's a decent chance of drafting that one again, or drawing that one again. I guess it's drafting when you actually play it. So reaching the antechamber is how I got the basement key in the first place. And the confirmed knowledge of, the answer is underground. And so we're really, we're making our push. Perfect. Southwest corner. And the parlor is a nice thing to have there, because we'll get 2 more gems unless I blow the puzzle, which has only happened once. So this is good. But yeah, for that last Return of Scenic Pond puzzle, deep in the Baba's You endgame, I was just like, I don't know how to get started here. And so once I confirmed how to get started, I was like, oh, and it all came clear. And then I felt bad. I wish that I had just done it myself, but that's the problem with being so close, is that there aren't really that many other puzzles for me to work on and let my brain rest. And I need to put this to bed. I've put an obscene number of hours into the game, especially in the last month, because it has been my sort of mechanical support blanket as I dealt with things beyond my control and problems I couldn't solve. Okay, the gems are in this box. The gems are in a box next to this box. And therefore, if this one is true, this one is also true, and then this one would have to be false. The gems are in the blue box. Now, this one has to be a lie, and this one has to be a lie. This one has to be true, and since we know this is a lie, we know that they're in the black box. Ta-da! Very good, very good. I've accessed 2 of the letters now. I find it interesting that they do give you a very unspecified, like they don't even have the number of the letters on them, even though the envelopes themselves are numbered. And I mean, they do that, but you can't like click on it and read the letter or anything like that. Oh well. Okay. Well, keep working on the lower rank for now. Mainly at this point, in the hopes of getting some keys and some coins with the fairly common draws that you so often get in the lower ranks. Because otherwise, like I said, I'm much more focused in my immediate goal now, which involves drafting things that are not going to come up in the first couple of ranks. Breakfast nook it is. The bacon and eggs help too, especially since I blew so many steps at the start there. That's 10 steps, baby. And the morning room enters the draft pool. Where else would you like to go directly after you finish your bacon and eggs in the breakfast nook? This would, oh man. I would love to have this specific room in my home. Sit down, grab a book to read while you eat your breakfast. Clef, hello. I was thinking of you earlier, although I didn't fully articulate the thought of, oh man, I am extremely cognizant now of how friggin' loud that fan is because I'm hearing it through my noise canceling headphones. You gotta get that done something about. Gotta do something about that. Getting 2 gems. Yes, it's putting in the effort to keep this laptop cool. And I also forgot, you even told me that there's just built-in OBS filtering. You know what? Hold on. Is this so simple that I could do it right now? Okay. Yep. Wow. Turn that on and boom. The hopefully it's an experience for the folks at home. Yes, that was the wow. Is when I turned it on and clicked it and it's just like, oh, at rest now the microphone is just not making sound. Good stuff. I guess I'll go with gems. I think gems will be more important to me here with coins, and then also it's a tomorrow room, which is nice. Fantastic. Okay, boom. Should have just done that last time. Oh well. Coupon book. Of course, I don't have 4 coins because I didn't draft the pantry there. Ah, for a second I thought I was getting an all new. Well, turns out it hardly. I should have just gone for it. But hey, you live, you learn, and this will be great until such time as I should just still get something done to like. I could do it myself, I suppose, but I'd rather pay someone $10 or whatever it's going to cost. Okay. Well, I think I'll just do the storeroom. Stock up a little more. Ooh, but the closet could wind up giving me something useful. Or it could just give me these things. Let's do the closet. Stock up in the early going. A gem and, oh, lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance to find items. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to pay off for me. Perhaps. Wait, do I even have noise canceling on these right now? Where's the button again? Right there. Hold on. Oh. No, I had the opposite. There. Now we all have the thunderous sound of my CPU fan filtered out of our experience. Good stuff. Let me know if I get shouty. I think I'll just take the hallway here. Keep my options for heading northwards more open. But let's see what's over here. Or what could be over here. I don't love any of those choices, but I guess I'll take the corridor. And then immediately see what this will do. Be funny if I very, very, very quickly just doom myself here. Obviously, the drawing room has the potential to help out with this situation. The ongoing mystery. Obviously, these all mean something. For now, I'm not stressing about it. Keep my focus for now on the very clear, or apparently clear, route ahead of me to, let's redraw. I don't like any of these options. I would prefer one that pointed northwards, even if I don't have money to buy anything. Okay. Do I want to see what the rest of rank 2? Yeah, fine. Let's just get it done. First day of each session. Make decisions quickly and live with the consequences. Hey, the chapel will keep it alive. Ooh, but the terrace. Then again, my focus right now isn't necessarily on getting green rooms. So I'm going to do the chapel to keep options open. We have the loophole. Oh, even better. Stealing from the collection plate. Fortunately, I don't have to kick myself for wasting a gem by not getting the terrace, because the terrace would have cost a gem too. I can start kicking myself next time. Oh, you're only allowed to try keys on doors? Or lockpicks on doors, I guess. I might come to regret this, but like I said, make choices. Live with the consequences. Hey, a treasure map. Don't have a shovel yet. But does the treasure map always point to this room? I guess that would make sense. I suppose the idea is that there's a treasure buried underneath whatever. Beneath the home. So it's not switching locations. It's not buried under a specific room. That's what I was hoping would happen. But alas. Okay, so the bedroom obviously will save me steps. Couldn't hurt to have more coins. Especially since the commissary is right there. I've convinced myself. Also, I will get more steps out of the guaranteed food than I would out of the bedroom. Possibly only one more step, but even that's not nothing. Oh, equivalent. which is fine. Don't necessarily want to spend 2 more of my gems right now, but I think this is a good choice. Let's see what's available in the commissary. They're selling bananas. Oh, I get it. It's marked down. It's on sale. We're here on the sale day. That's fun. So this will cost me 4 coins in total. I think it's worth it. And the running shoes could really come in handy. And then if I only have 2 coins left, I might just as well have a gem. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Stacking discounts feels great. Let's go back into the drawing room so we can take advantage of its powers one more time. I think for now I don't want to put the dark room in yet. Bah. Okay. Well, this isn't ideal either. I think I'll go with the walk-in closet. I could easily wind up kicking myself, of course, when I get to the passageway. But it's my whole thing that I said. Make decisions quickly. Live with the consequences. A key, that's helpful. Okay, the dice. The fact that it's a pair as a single item is nice. My lost shaker of salt. Okay. Not a bad haul, although now a lot depends on that passageway draw being good and not bad. I'm a little disappointed that so far I have none of the rooms that I really need to see. But, damn it, it's still worth it to buy that banana and salt it up. That was stupid of me. Or is it the Red Prince's fault? I don't understand enough about the deep lore politics to know which of the factions is to blame. Excellent. Lockpick kit. Doesn't work. But we have 2 keys. I think I should just do the dining room, even though I could redraw. All right. Well, before we advance, we will head over to the east, to the right. Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right. The boiler room is in effect, and I can decide its frequency. I would like the boiler room to be standard. Ah, okay. No, this is just moving. Oh, yeah. It's just where it wants to be placed, just below the word. Make the boiler room standard. And then I'll see it more often. Okay. There's no vent connection that way. I think at this point, it's time to finally start a page called Vents in my notes and start, noting which rooms have vents. Okay. So we need the pool and then the pump room. from here. There are 2 routes which could wind up having vent connections, but can't even possibly draw the pump room until we have the pool. So lots to think about. I think that's true. The pump room comes in through getting the pool, right? If it wasn't for the... and for one thing, absolutely no vents. Do not expect there to be vents here. The library, if it was rotated differently, would be a good one to get right now. I think I'm going to do one of my redraws, though. Well, it didn't get that much better. The office does give me a chance for some coins. And to stare at a safe and be like, I'm not sure what date might work here. Or I could risk a couple steps to have more flexibility. And to hold on to my gems. I'll bite the bullet. Damn it! Mocking me. Meanwhile... Wait. It's a vents, no vents. Gym has no vents. Which is weird when you think about it. I mean, except that vents in this context are a power transmission thing. Come on, lockpicks. Didn't work. For the moment, I'm hanging on to a key. Fortunately, if nothing else, this run will have been like worthwhile just to increase the frequency of the boiler room. In fact, I might wind up being like, why did you not make it common? Why just standard? In fact, yes. Why did I do that? I don't know. But here we are. Redrawing. Well, the boudoir wins this one because I can get into the safe, and because the boudoir is apple based now, and I have my salt shaker, so at least this gets us in really good step shape. Even if largely... Oh yeah, I don't even have to open the safe again. I just have to go in and take the red gem, which has some kind of narrative significance. I'm not surprised that the boudoir is ventless. Okay. So, might as well see where this will take me. Of these options, it might not be wise, but gosh, it's hard to turn down that many items, and yet I shouldn't. I should force myself. I have been in the attic before. I made it there at least once. But I think keeping options open is more important right now. So for 9 stars, we will see both. Okay, finally. The Southern Cross and Diamondus Minor. Get a gem. And 4-door rooms are more common today, which is actually kind of frustrating in the sense that what I want most of all right now is the pool. Well, I've killed the hope of the boiler room connecting to the pump room. So, it hardly even matters. What are we doing now? We're just wandering. Damn it. Not even keeping that many options alive. Now it's mostly see what happens and if I can get the pump room and or the utility closet to increase their frequency. I would like that. Oh good, the lockpicks worked for once. The rotunda, because it's new, I want it. Even though it takes 3 of my remaining 4 gems. But this is cool. Wouldn't you know, the clockwork room is not also electrically vent powered. Observatory, foundation, rotunda. Well, first, let's see. Ha ha ha! Great stuff. Oh, and we can rotate the floor plans themselves. I don't know. I guess you know what? Why not? Like I said, the hope of connecting the pump room to the boiler room is dead at this stage. There's the north door to the antechamber. Can't use that at all. What's over here? Come on, lockpicks. Nope. Use my last key yet? I'll hold on to it for the moment, because maybe this one's not locked. Sweet. Sure. What's the mystery room? Hey, the billiard room. I can solve a puzzle that would give me keys, I think. After stealing the bartender's tip. Sorry if I'm a bit mush-mouthed. I'm still recovering from my gum graft. Okay. 17 plus 0 is 17. 10 minus 5, 7 is 3. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9, minus 3 is 6, times 3 is 18. 20 plus 1 plus 5 is 26, minus 6 is 20, times 6 is 120, divided by 20 is 6. No? I misread something. What a goof. All right, fine. 17. 10 minus 7 is 3. This is the same one. I can see what dumb thing I did, I think. All right. 6, 9, minus 3 is 6, times 3 is 18. Okay. What did I do wrong here? 20 plus 5 plus 1 is 26, minus 6 is 20, times 5 is 100. Oh, that's what I did. I added these together and multiplied by 6 instead of doing 2 separate multiplications. Times 5 is 100, times 1 is 100, divided by 20 is 5. Ah. Oh, actually, not bad. We can do something with that once I start backtracking here. Come on, lockpicks. Did it? I don't have, I don't think, enough coins or keys for this to be worth it. I can increase the frequency of the security room by spending my last gem, when I don't otherwise, I don't think, have a great care about this. It's the lavatory. I've been in the lavatory before, but is there something I can learn by staring in it? I can at least add it to my list of rooms without vents. Not that I was expecting it to have them. Is there a message in the toilet paper? It would be much harder to implement the rotate an item thing that they do with globes. So I understand why you can't be like a cat and just bat at the toilet paper until it's all over the floor. But it would be fun. Especially if there turned out to be a message written on like the last few squares. Okay. Backtrack. This one was just normal locked, and I don't think it's going to let me attempt... It will let me attempt my lockpicks again? Oh. But it just adds the word still. Now why not? Unless... It'd actually be very frustrating if it worked the third time. Thus dooming me to have to always just keep trying. The dark room, which does have vents. And it looks to me... Nope. And I can't get... Oh, wait. Okay, good. Vents remain visible. And they're four-way. Yes? No. They specifically go in door directions. All right, well, let's see what we can draft from here. Nope. Or not. Nope. Let's rotate. I was actually hoping it would rotate differently. Does it? Hold on. If I rotate again. Yes. Haha. And I can rotate these. Or I can just throw caution to the wind. And at this point, why not? Meanwhile, oh yeah, I already have the rotunda. Oh, when you draft the weight room, you lose your things. At least I know the weight room has vents. Your things, your steps. And at least I can test the theory. All right. It's not confirmation yet, but it does seem pretty likely that vents just point in the door directions, which is great. Cuts down on things that I have to store. What's up with this stuff? Why is it different all of a sudden? At any rate, I'll take the wine cellar. I think I've done... Yeah, I've been in the wine cellar before, right? Right? Have I? I'm not sure, actually. I'll have to look around, see what I see. I better snap a shot of this. Coat of arms. 2 spades. Holly. That represents Mount Holly. the date of 12/13? Is there any wine that we can take? No. Go figure. The wine cellar. No vents. I wonder. Well, the Cloister of Vea keeps me moving. Oh, and in fact gets me back to the dining room. I'll sacrifice the gems for it. It'd be great if there was a shovel in here. Yes. This looks like the spot. Now find something to dig with. If only there was a shovel in here. Oh well. Margarita pizza? Nope. This is not a margarita pizza. It's just a pizza. Alright. 20 steps. Well, I might as well see what other thing I can draft from the cloister. Yeah. During what exploration remains, it might be helpful to have 3 keys. Okay. All right. Back to the gymnasium, but now with my keycard in tow, the exploration can continue. At the very least, we might find some tomorrow rooms and get ourselves set up. Get myself a bit better prepared for the road ahead. Well, part of our route is closed to us now. But this one was... Hey. You can gain 5 steps by doing a quick 2-step here. Hey, okay, fine. Would have loved to see this sooner. It is now a commonplace room. I did not go back and review. Oh, sweet. Turn the lights off. Hey, I have the magnifying glass. I could go obsess over the... Just... I had these turning purple once. Or blue. Okay, wait, hold on. Blue. Did I write the rules down when I learned them? Or did I just take a picture? I think I just took a picture. Okay. Hold on while I go hunt down the screenshot folder. I am temporarily blind to the world. So bear with me, folks, if I don't respond to something you say, as I try to remember. Okay, it was go to C drive, program files, Steam, user data, some arbitrary number, then the number 760, then the number remote, then another arbitrary number that refers to the game I'm playing, and then the folder screenshots. And then we can look at them together. Got to scroll through them to find where I took the picture. So I guess I will look away from the screen. Aha. Okay. Press any button above to activate blue. Oh, that's what that meant. I should have understood that. Make them all green, and then pressing anything makes it blue. There's a blue next to a red to activate purple. And then you have to get 5 purples to activate the 6th. Okay. So, just checking quickly. Yeah. Blue next to a red makes purple. What was the last step there? 5 purples are needed to activate the 6th. This might actually be very simple, or it's deceptively simple, and I'm about to get disappointed. Nope. 6 purples. Okay. There is, of course, the problem that I do not know what that means. Huh. If I try to move, triangles appear. But that doesn't seem to be anything. Okay. Don't know what it means. Well, bedroom does not have vents. As expected. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter if I waste a step at this point. It's just there's no... You click on it, nothing happens. I think it's not supposed to be happening at all. Okay. So I don't know at all what that means. Made them all purple. To what end? I don't know. Perhaps I need more information. Perhaps I should have messed around with it more. Oh, of course. I have the key card though, so I don't care to turn the system off. I want to preface this next thing by saying that my experience of gum grafts, of which I've now had 2 this year, and none ever before in my life, has been one of a very, very easy recovery. So what I'm about to say might not be your experience if you ever get a gum graft. And so I don't want to mislead you here. Oh, the boudoir counts as a bedroom. Right, of course, because it's purple. All it has on it are multiple chaise lounges. But for me, the worst part of recovering from a gum graft, besides I guess the restrictions on eating, are obviously one big part. But the other part is that the on the roof of my mouth where they took the graft, they yeah, it's a chunk of the top of your mouth that they cut out a full vascular piece of flesh, which if they show it to you just looks like a little wet white square. It's interesting. Uh, and my periodontal surgeon is a lovely and enthusiastic man. So the first time I got the gum graft, when I asked like, "Can I see the graft before it goes in?" He was so excited that I cared. He was so excited to show it to me. And he's like, "And what's really cool is this is still a completely vascular." Uh, anyway, where they took it from, obviously they've put a wound in your mouth. The kitchen will keep us alive for sure. So I might as well. Actually, you know what? I'm alive for sure anyway because I can go back to the dark room with all these keys. Even if I'll lose a ton of steps. Let's roll the dice. Oh, well. Can't win them all. But go get that treasure for whatever it may or may not be worth. So yeah. So you get this wound in the top of your mouth. And obviously they put some stuff in it to help cover it up and keep it closed. And then you have this like rough patch on the top of your mouth that feels like a scab that is like ready to come off. And so every time my tongue touches it, I'm like, geez. Like the temptation to just push it off with my tongue and then spit it out is huge, except then that would not actually be good. I would regret having done that. Well, let's see what's left that we can accomplish here. The painful part is being forced back through the weight room. But I'll still be able to discover at least one room. It'd be lovely to discover the pool and then immediately draw. Wait a minute. Oh, right. You only lose half your steps when you draft it. Hooray. Okay. Hey, Jacket. Happy Sunday. Hope things are well. This is my first day of the session, and it hasn't turned out perfectly, because perfect would be if I had connected the boiler room immediately to the pump room, because then I can do the underground thing. But I did start out with the gear wrench, which lets you make mechanical rooms adjust their frequency. And for whatever reason, yeah, Simon just kind of drifts into the house and just keeps drifting through the nothingness into the antechamber. He realizes he's been a ghost all along. Oh, right. And we can look at every single photograph in here again with the magnifying glass. Ooh. And immediately we get a date. November 1928, represented as 11/28. Ha 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 ha. Could that be the number that opens the combination lock on this small gate? should we ever find it. Or is that outside? Well, I think it must be, because obviously it's none of these green rooms. Have I already seen that lock? If we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. You know what they say. You know what's the absolute worst piece of dialogue in any of the Souls games? It's in the tutorial of like the opening area of the original Dark Souls. When and I think this is probably just a translation thing. Probably the original Japanese dialogue didn't have this goofiness to it. But you meet the guy who's like, he's already wounded. He's the guy who gives you your Estus flask, I believe. And he's like, you're talking to him, and he's like, there's a saying in my family. And you're waiting for, and then the saying is, when thou art in Lordran, first seek, like, ring the 2 bells. The first, and he gives you like the whole quest of like ringing the 2 bells to open up Sen's fortress. It's like, that's a saying in your family? Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Fucking Hartley. Yeah, like it's not phrased like a saying, and also, why would that be a saying in your family? How often does it come up that your grandmother's like, so if you ever get the undead curse when you're shipped out to Lordran? Okay. Hartley is the valet. Hartley was the valet. Oops. So. All right, it's none of these. It's none of these. It's just going to be a bedroom. This was not... Maybe this was Hartley's room? I don't remember finding a green memo in it. But, okay. If I draft the servants' quarters again, I can verify if that was Hartley's room. And if I find a green memo in it, I will assign it a truth value of 0. There's a clue saying, hey, look, see how there is a clearer version of the photo, but it's mocking you by refusing to show the thing? What if you had an object that helped you clarify what things say? Greg will be proud of me. First time I told him that I'd fixed the darkroom, he was like, did you check out all the photos? I was like, yes, but I didn't have a magnifying glass. And he was like, Oh, Uncle Herbert. If it wasn't for the fact that there are so many pictures in this room, I would assume that having already found 2 things meant I'd probably exhausted the room. And then this is just another opportunity to read that and to recognize that it's deliberately a clue. since we do know that there's no ludonarrative dissonance with the home being full of puzzles. Because we know... Okay, here's lady in the office. I see no indication of what date she might be in there on. Another picture of the servants. Another picture of the servants. At which point it starts to feel like surely it means something, but I'm not sure it does. The same picture again. Surely it means something. And there's so many copies of it just laying around for you to inspect. And yet, I'm not sure. Okay. Nonetheless. You know, British, it seems obvious that I should have been trying to figure that out. Are they the same? Okay. If I spot no difference in them just by looking at them right now, then I will screen cap them all. Yeah. And on my own time, inspect them more. Okay. So, there's this one, the first one. This one. Checking again, but I think those look very much the same. Those are our sketches. Crown Crow. It's an N. Looks the same. Looks the same, but as clear. This is the clearest one. Okay. Screen caps for later. On the one hand, it does, it's just like 4 different versions of the same, or 4 different prints of the same photograph must mean something. But then there's the underlying reality that we know that this is a designed puzzle. The entire thing. And so it could contain red herrings. Oh, hey, the servants' quarters. Gonna get a bunch of keys I'll never use, but perhaps more importantly, I can verify. Is this Hartley? Is Hartley the valet, the servant here? I know there's a letter. Hartley, yep, perfect. Okay. Where's your green memos, Hartley? Oh. There are 12 major keys. I wrote that down somewhere, didn't I? There are 12 major keys. In parentheses. False. Down below, I'm going to write major keys. Secret garden. Basement. silver. Yeah, it does not seem impossible, but it does feel like that's a down the line kind of thing. Right? Bunch of keys that I'm almost certainly not going to get to use. And when I say almost certainly, I mean literally, definitely, absolutely not going to use. But, oh yeah, do the servants' quarters have vents? They sure don't. I didn't write down the terrace on the no vents list, even though clearly it belongs there. Do you know the garage must not have them? Just because how the way counting works. There's only one entrance and one exit, and the vents connect the doors. Ah, of course. I tried to get this for free. Also, I have so many keys. Why do I care? A wiser person than I would take the security room right now. But I reject wisdom in all its forms. Hey, the library's not bad. Because I might draft a rare room for my final draft of the day. And there's only one of these left for me to request. The fixed stars. Is there anything different about whatever edition will come when I request it here? Guess we'll find out. Again, it's fine. Well, it's a shame that this won't freeze keys. I don't care enough about 2 coins. Oh, but I can't draft anything else. Looks like I'm bringing 2 coins with me into tomorrow. And I don't think I've been in the freezer before, so maybe I'll find something cool. Let's take a look. Brr. Not for staff use, it says. Okay. Note to self. Draft furnace near freezer. Thing about there are 12 major keys being false is that that's not a binary enough claim for me to gain a bunch of really any immediate knowledge from it. The total quantity of major keys is greater than or less than 12. Probably less than. Okay. With 21 steps. Can I get back outside and confirm for myself whether or not that small gate is currently accessible? A lot will depend on how much work my running shoes put in here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Surely... Oh, good metagaming, Clef. Because you're absolutely right. I turned the power on here, right? I'm not a dummy who forgot to do that. No, I am. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. It's faster to not take the garage route. Oh, right. I can get the treasure here. This looks like the spot. Time to start digging. But my accounts cannot increase. Arg. Well, really shot myself in the foot there. But I guess you can't miss what you never had. Come on, Simon, eat the crust. Get a few more steps. Could have had 8 gems locked and loaded. 10 gems since I did the morning room. Oh well. Perhaps I'll learn a lesson from this. Okay. If that small gate to the place with the trees is just available outside, I think it would be in this direction. But I don't think... Maybe I'm wrong about that. Hardly matters now. That's the gate, like, coming up to the place. Okay, so no. I don't think this is what I should have done here. I know that I've looked at Simon's place before. And it's just, hey, you want to sleep? I appreciate that he has... was that Swimbird or Blueprints that he had there? Wait, obviously the map's not going to help me. Ha ha ha! And the tree, kind of a shame to cut down that nice old tree. If we count small gates, I've heard it said that 8 dates would crack 8 safes. Yeah. And that's 2. The apple orchard has been holy fucking shit. An extra 20 steps every single day. That's super helpful. Tremendous. I would look happier about my discovery. But the whole gum graft thing. The hell is going on with this? I mean, I guess if you're going to release a bunch of carbon dioxide or monoxide. Actually, it's monoxide, so the trees can't eat it. Oh, maybe there's dioxide in there too. Gardener's logbook gives us a date, which may or may not be important. I'll add it to my list of dates that may or may not be important. The time will probably come when I will grow to gravely regret not actually noting what the dates mean. Hey, ho! We've learned a staff person. Oh. Oh. I had a mistake there. Maybe. Or maybe Ravane, who I had written down as both an unidentified staff member who was fired for allegedly stealing, was the old groundskeeper, and Nogula replaced him. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided, with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. Knowledge transfer and onboarding are very important. A former co-worker of Danielle's did the absurdly spiteful thing of having just been weirdly guarded about her role in the organization and how she did things, and then saved up vacation and sick time such that she was able to suddenly string together time off through to her retirement such that she never transferred the knowledge and was just like, fuck you people. And they had to just kind of like dig through the remains and try to figure out what to do. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, inasmuch as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Lady Epson is dead. Note. Lady Epson died. I think I might have known that. I'm not positive. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the West Path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall into this territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So which ones are left out there? The cloister. And another one that I'll just look at in the room registry in a minute. Soil survey. One of the first tasks I undertook as a groundskeeper, I'm going to take a picture of this one, even though I think I can come back and read this whenever I want. One of the first tasks I undertook as a groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. We've learned something else about... There's a special flower day. I should probably be drafting the greenhouse more often. Tell this is going to get complicated later. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. Right? The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally... Wait, did I... No, I did. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda currently in the cloister with the much more appropriate angel, Rinna. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humour me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe the particulars for a third time, so there is a way in there. I guess I should have understood that. That would be true. Here's his best rendition of Rinna, the gardener angel. And this is the end. Neat. Okay. Well, can I turn the valves off? Is there a reason I would want to? It's not winter yet, so I'm not that worried about like killing all the trees. Also, like, these aren't real trees and I can't eat these apples. Oh, right, right. So yes, that was definitely something I wanted to do. 2 out of 4. Now the smudge pots are off. I'll be interested on a future day to see if all of the apple trees die. Is there anything left that I can think of that I should do out here? I don't believe there is. I think it's time to call it a day. So, let's call it a day. A video game day. Not a real life day, not yet. Oh, all the frozen gems I could have had. But such is life. It was a garden manor on this particular day. This is a great time for me to run to the washroom. So hang tight, gang. And we'll check out day 21 when I'm back with you. And we're back. Okay. Get settled. Let's save and continue. If their manner seems guarded, it's only because they are so focused on their job of guarding that manor in a guarded manner. No accidental, unrequested package delivery, tragically. All right, well, let's go see if we get the tomb, which then would free us of the need to get the boiler room and connect it. Why did I just make the standard and not common? It doesn't matter. Forget regret, or life is yours to miss. I feel like Rent is a musical that even if you're into musicals, you really got to encounter it at a pretty young enough age. Dare I? All right, I've been burned before. Nope, it worked. This was the source of my tragic game lockup back on the original, the canon Day 18. Hey, this is where old Uncle Herbert himself went to school as a lad. Oh. Wait, okay, good. There is something here. Closing address. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meager as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spent our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant to see this small piece of Reddington history go. I first wish to thank Lady Epson, our most gracious host today, for not only paying attention to my classes those many years ago, but for all the fundraising she has done on behalf of our community and our children. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be a distant and blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. The dreamer, that dreamer, is of course the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal and my reluctant successor, who, I might add, forced me to give this speech. So I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I'll admit. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair, thank you for following in your father's footsteps and building Reddington yet another school, and also for allowing the use of your own private residence and floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow morning when he hears the children running through his halls. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught and whose children I may yet. That should have all been one sentence, but okay. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of quiet peace. And yet, what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow demerits upon? But thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I am still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the slightly less melancholic ribbon-cutting ceremony next year. Should I have a better joke to end? Oh, gotta remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. Public speaking advice, folks. Don't do this to yourself. Don't come in with a prepared speech and then just handwrite a note about come up with a better joke on the fly at you're not going to. That isn't how it's going to go down. Within a timely manner. I know not what that could mean. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. If, hold on. Maybe, here's the thing. It does sound like he gave the speech here. Oh, fuck yes. Okay. Okay. One more gas valve. And maybe we'll find out what classrooms are like. It might turn out to be frustrating to me to have 8 different classrooms in the pool when I'm also really wanting to get a boiler room that connects. In the future, the hovel will be even more helpful since I will always be starting with 70 steps. Okay. Once more into the breach. Now let's do the corridor. As tempting as the library is. A classroom. Which I am tempted to see, but we know it's going to come back. And we should take advantage of the breakfast nook. It would be shocking if I didn't draft another classroom from the drafting pool today. Having said that, watch it happen. I think the den is the way to go for now. Wouldn't have to even consider the den. Because it would have been nice to have the closet get some items if I had done the things in the right order. All right. I want to see what a classroom is like. I mean, I've been in a classroom before. Here's a big globe that we can't spin. It would be fun if this one you could roll around like a Katamari. This is the grade 1 classroom. Good little grade 1 students bring apples for teacher. Color worksheet. This could mean something. It doesn't necessarily, but it could. Colors. Sure. The school in Reddington is a dedicated rainbow truther. Indigo truther, perhaps we should say. Like, no, that's just blue. There are 6 colors in a rainbow. Each color is only used twice. And so, the lizard's supposed to be green. But this kid's favorite color is red, so what is Benny supposed to do here? Whereas Freddy gets no feedback for you, Freddy. Arge. Got a B plus. Feels like there's probably some significance to figuring out what colors these flags are supposed to be, since they have symbols on them. Caleb. The teacher's too kind to just be like, here's your F, but 2 out of 12 is an F. Oh. I find it difficult to imagine someone who's added odor rooms to their draft pool having also one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, infinity, 9, 10. I understand that this is just supposed. What does it mean? I don't know. Okay. I mean, I guess the idea is if I keep seeing classrooms, keep drafting them, because we can probably see through the different grades. Maybe I just end up getting completely sidetracked on this particular day. Let's see. I can do some redraws already. Why not? I take it as a sign. I'm meant to get the library. They've shown it to me a bunch of times. I know that there's a new book for me to look at. Only Lady Epson has looked at this book before. Lady Clara Epson. I have a books page. Well, to be fair, although there may well be differences between them and I will have to compare, there is just a copy of this book in the observatory. Okay, and then just go through, take some pictures. That's true. And looks like there's no obvious difference between this and the other edition. So I probably don't need to do this. Kilobytes are cheap. You got to take the chance on it paying off. Trunk full of keys. Well, that paid off. As long as there's one key in the trunk, then using your last key to open the trunk was the right thing to do. The trophy room, which I can't afford, alas. The Chamber of Mirrors, which I actually had a revelation about, which was my confusion about the place was obviously because I was only entering it from one side. What I should do is put it down and see if pressing the button inside it will eventually, and I can enter from other places and press their buttons. Maybe I'll get something out of this Chamber of Mirrors today. You probably need to be able to access it from all four sides to make progress with it. But not necessarily. Good thing I've got a lot of steps. Oh, nice. It was literally, it occurred to me as I was saying to Greg, I found the chamber of mirrors. I'm utterly baffled by it because you can only go in and press one button that like in the middle of a sentence. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I understand. Okay. I assume the goal is to get to the middle, press that button, and be declared the Mirror Master. Take up my true calling of battling the Flash. That's a Flash villain, right? I believe it is. Yes. Recurring foe of the Flash. The Flash has a great, like, the Flash's Rogues Gallery is awesome in a much goofier way than, say, like, the obvious superhero Rogues Gallery to call out as being great is, you know, Batman. Okay. Please give me a thing with a door facing to the right. No. Rejected. That would be quite a twist. The secret of... all right. Well, this didn't work out. That's a bummer. But we found grade 2. In grade 2, they're doing a different type of homework. Oh, yeah. I mean, we know what's going on here. I wonder if when you get to the junior high, so far this is like smashing you in the face. Like, if you have not figured out these puzzles by now, just please, just if you've neither figured them out nor looked them up, you deserve to just know. Wait a minute, using the colors, can I do anything with this? No, I don't see why resolving this to a number would be helpful. Oh, fuck it. Assuming that's supposed to be an 8 and not infinity. Remind myself. Yeah. Okay, so then it's 8, 16, 26. Oh, yeah. They've done a really good job. Like when I finally figured out the sketch pairs at the start of session 2, I think it was, and then spent the rest of the session backfilling clues that I'd seen and been like, not sure what that means. And then being like, oh, I've been wondering the same thing, Stimpinski. Oh, and you know what? It does, Clef. Uh, and the parceling out of things that also make the roguelike parts more bearable, like the gear wrench, the 20 permanent bonus steps. So there's 8 total classrooms in ascending grade order. So maybe it's just telling me there's something special about the 8th classroom. But okay, if I started with 26 and then subtracted 12, it would go from 26 to 14, and then multiplied 14 by 2 to get 28 by 6 to get what? 120 plus 48, 168, and then 9. Fuck it. I'm going to get a calculator. I swear I could do it. I'm pretty good at mental math. 168. Right, and then just times 9. 1512. And there are no division things. That's a 4-digit number, but it doesn't obviously correspond to a date. But you never know. Maybe it's just that the at least, oh, free magnifying glass. I suppose. Seems unlikely that there's secrets in the children's math homework, but we'll keep an eye out. Not bad, Penelope. Which ones did she get wrong? That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. That's 10. 7 minus 3 is 4. 6 minus 4 should be 2. She got this wrong. This one's right. This one's wrong because she did the same thing that I did last time I did the dartboard puzzle. How about that? Fun stuff. Okay. Well, shame about the Chamber of Mirrors. But perhaps this day is all about exploring the classrooms. And we can't say that it's not going to work out with the boiler room either. I don't love any of these here. And I could redraft a bunch. Yeah, screw it. What's going on in grade 3? Is it a hint for the lab puzzle? Salt shaker would have been a great addition to my repertoire on classroom day. What's the homework? Science worksheet. Yeah, this is all just loudly, boldly underlining the laboratory puzzle, it seems. Well, that's cool. Hey, your mom. How's it going, my friend? Happy Sunday. I am having a classroom day because drafted the schoolhouse. Oh, nice. Adding to the collection. Ah. Yeah, that's a kind of it's the wrong answer. But the thing that really stands out about it to me is that it's kind of sad. Okay. I'll take I can have up to 6 redraws here. I think it would be Steam. I can have another breakfast nook? Neat. But with all these redrafts. Oh, right. The Chamber of Mirrors lets you have things over and over. Well, that's fun. Watch, I'm going to do all this and then wind up picking something that was an option the first time. It might be smart to take the hallway, but I can't stop rolling the dice. Fine. All the way down to nothing. I'll take the drawing room. Absolutely. That definitely seems to be the case. But then you also want the Chamber of Mirrors, just if you're trying to figure out the Chamber of Mirrors itself. Let's see. Nice. So you have a complete discography. Right, right. Haven't had the security room, so it's not wise to undo that. Not for your purposes, as defined. In the same way that Greg and I do not currently care about a single beat 'em up that was made in 1994 or later. And then. Oh, okay. I should have tried this last time. Uh oh. Hmm. Interesting. I wonder, would that be easier or harder? Probably in the 90s, there are fewer. And then actually, it just must be fewer for all the. Harder going backwards, or at least equivalent. Harder because they probably be rarer. Oh, oh. So like, it doesn't need a vinyl release to count. All right. I don't know yet, but okay. I've learned an extra thing about this. Okay. I remember once, uh, it was secondhand, but like I wasn't made fun of to my face by an ex's parents. Yeah, indeed. Okay. Take an option that keeps it alive and benefits me tomorrow because I've kind of borked it. I've really confined myself pretty badly here in a way that wasn't well thought out. But what are you going to do? Let's carry on. Get some gems, most likely. Yeah, they found out that that I referred to something as an album, like, you know, an album on compact disc, and they were like, "Oh, you young people." And again, this was passed on to me by my girlfriend at the time because she was telling me that she had. I don't understand how it came up that I refer to things as albums, but they were like, "Young people, you think an album is a CD? An album is a record?" It's like, well, no. If we want to get pedantic, it's weird to like an album on vinyl is not an album either. It's a long playing record, because where this comes from is that before there were long playing records, the first albums were literal albums of 45s. So like, here's 8 songs on this album because there are 4 records in here. Or there, 78s. There's only one true statement. The gems are in a box with a false statement. There are 2 true statements. So, if this is true, of course, it's referring to itself. If it's false, but this is true and this is true, it's this. So, okay. That's so cool. I've never seen one in real life. It's just something I read about. Which is odd. I would think my grandfather would have surely. Actually, I think he might have gotten rid of his vinyl by the time I was paying any attention to his music collection. Okay. So, if this is true, then this would be false, and this would be false. And if this is false, then it would mean that the gems are in here. Whereas if this is false, and then this is true, and this is true, it would mean that the gems are in here. So this is not one where you can reach a definite conclusion about the truth values, but rather it's one where any distribution of truth values results in the same overall answer to the puzzle. Since, of course, while this is similar to a Knights and Knaves puzzle, what we're trying to do is not identify the boxes. We're trying to get some gems. Because I gotta use a key. I'm very confined to my options here. Breakfast Nook kills me. As much as I would like to get another key. Classroom closes us off, but it does get us more. Actually, these all close me off, so I'll take a classroom. Grade 4, they're doing geography. Okay, first things first. Enjoy the teacher's apple. Second thing, did any student have an item for me? No. Got some maps. Ooh. Can actually contrast that with the history of Arindia, I believe. But also, might as well just get pictures of those. Seems like they might be quite relevant in the metagame. Not quite sure what that's about. And then, let's look at the teacher's thing. Geography worksheet. Identify each realm. Sure. Using their symbols. those the symbols? Hold on. No. But this seems like it interacts with the coloring. They're fourth graders, teacher. I think I need to get a picture of all of this geography homework. Or all of these geography tests, as the case may be. Oops. Why can't someone just get an A? Not even an A, an A plus. Why couldn't one of these damn students just get every answer right? I think I might have already taken this one. Fortunately, students did write their names down. So I'll be able to figure out what the hell's going on. Can we... Ooh. Yeah, it's true. It just wouldn't make sense for there to be one eager beaver kid who just gave you the answers. Yeah. It is strange to do it to fourth graders. All right. Well, interesting. I suppose there's probably a degree to which you can cross-reference. Oh, wait a minute. Do we actually have some confirmation here that we're on the planet Mora and not the planet Earth? That's fascinating. Ooh. Looks like Mora. Okay. Those are all the signs. This is definitely stuff to obsess over in the post game and not vital hints about how to reach the 46th room. So I believe for now, I'm just going to be interested in what I've seen. Maybe take this picture. Okay. Fascinating. That's 4 grades down. I only have one possible door, but as long as I don't get broken here, then we still have hope of seeing more classrooms. Classrooms are blue, and otherwise the rooms I'm looking for are blue. I guess I'll do the secret passage. Oh, but you don't get to pick a thing. So I'll do a hallway here in the hopes of getting lots of options. Good stuff. I'll take the passageway even though it's drawing down heavily on my gem supply. Frustrating though, since classrooms require a gem to draft. Conference room keeps things flexible. Then again, a key would be nice. You definitely should not have 2 meals of bacon and eggs in a single day. At least not most days. Like, that should be a special occasion. Like, maybe on your birthday. Coupon book. Doors locked. I have so many steps that I guess I'll exhaust the possibilities of unlocked rooms. Well, ain't that a kick in the head? Bedroom keeps us alive. I mean, we're still alive. No, we're not, because I'm out of keys. Wish I had a key to open this and maybe find some keys inside it. But alas. Okay, please don't be locked. Thank you. Probably buy some keys. Or keep going. Think I should hope for the buying of keys. Or the buying of a sledgehammer, I guess. I put a sledgehammer in coat check so long ago. And then whenever I've drawn the coat check, it's been irrelevant. Oh, beautiful. This is actually quite good, since I have both the coupon book and some money. All right. Well, keeping hope alive. Oh, it's so tempting. But no. Fortunately, there's no way for the game to ever retroactively tell me. There were 6 keys in that trunk, fool. It's got to be the passageway, frustratingly. Because I need unlocked doors to keep this day alive. But that sucks. The boiler room. It sucks to give up my last gem there, but what else am I going to do? Oh, damn it. I haven't looked for vents in any rooms today. Even though I had the wisdom to finally start that list. Don't be locked. Thank you. Can I buy another key now? I think I can. Well, I hope I can. Some otherwise... Actually, I'm not really running out of options. And I have so many steps, I don't even need to go check right away. Bing. Keeping an eye on the time. So far, so good. Retreating towards the commissary. I suppose I do have the option of painstakingly just checking. All of the rooms where I haven't yet looked for vents. Because I have so many steps, right? Oh, passageway has vents. That's handy. especially since my boiler room currently connects. It doesn't seem super likely that I'm going to be able to get both the pool room and the pumps going, but you never know. Okay. Well, first see, do we have unlocked doors anywhere? We do. This is not helpful in any way. I guess I'll just do the dormitory here. It's ventless, which is what I expected. A key! That's grand. Alright, I've looked at this. Oh, but wait. Have I looked at it? Is there any marginalia that I could zoom in on? No. Have I noted that the black pawn is in the dormitory yet in my chess piece list? Nope. Yes, I have. All right. We have one key. Draw the pool room now. No, that'll be too painful because I don't have any gems. I need to run back to the commissary. Hopefully there are more gems I can purchase. Yes. Could have also bought a key, but I think having one key that I found makes my best bet. Focus on gems. Let's find out. Can we go north? And if we do, will it please just give me the pool? No, it shan't. Well, none of this is super helpful right now. But this is a vented room. Bzz, 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 bzz. Power goes out. Locked. Is that it? Is that the end of all hope? It is. Well, I should do the thing about noting. I suspect it is what you would definitely believe. Yep. The nook is ventless. The commissary, ventless. Secret passage, ventless. Regular hallway, ventless. That's a shame. The parlor is surely ventless. And indeed. The morning room, ventless. I'm sorry if I'm making mouth sounds that are really unpleasant. The drawing room, no vents. but a very high ceiling. Utility closet, obviously ventless. Don't even need to really think about the single door rooms. Classrooms are ventless. Oh, man. Really excited one day to clap my eyes upon. Corridors are ventless. I assume the den is ventless, but I guess I might as well glance at it. Yeah, ventless. The chamber of mirrors. Ventless. Unless the mirrors are concealing vents. I bet the library is ventless. Yeah. Okay. An interesting day, if not necessarily a super productive one. Let's call it. Oh, it's gotten dark enough outside. To justify turning on another light. Okay. It's the academic villa because it has classrooms and a library. All right. I think I have time for exactly one more day. So I say that like a day is a particular measurement of time. But yeah, I unless this is a shockingly short day, I almost certainly won't be doing another one. Danielle and I have plans tonight, plus a really hard time getting full during the gum graft recovery. It is tedious to eat things when you're trying to not open your mouth too much and then you're doing all your chewing on one side of your mouth while trying really hard not to instinctively move the food over to the part of your mouth you should not be chewing with. And thus, hunger will be a coming. Like this would be useful, but the special items are also very useful. My metal detector is with me all of the time. Well, it's not nothing. I would have loved to get the gear wrench again. Or the magic item that guarantees that you will get the boiler room, followed swiftly by the pump room, or the pool room, and then the pump room. But that item probably doesn't exist. Or maybe it does. It's entered into the shuffle on day 100 when there's, fuck's sake, man. Okay. Here we go. I guess out of these, I'd take the pantry. Get some money. Get some more steps. Hallway. Be nice to get the breakfast nook. Putting that energy out into the world. Ooh. But it'll be nice to have the walk-in closet. Doing the walk-in closet. I may come to regret that. But who cares? What's the cupcake do? 10 steps. It's all it's the sugar rush. The gem. Where's the remaining item? Ha! Lockpicks. Okay, this could work out. Especially since I have I have 3 options to enter the second rank, which is nice. I'll do the parlor for the sake of the gem supply. Okay. What do we got? A box next to this box contains the gems. Well, that'll be the white box. Blank. A box next to this box displays a false statement. Well, that's false, which makes this true. Ta-da. Oh, right. The spreading would happen. The green rooms would have to already exist. It's also good to get the other north option. But I think I'm going to do the closet. Take a chance on stocking up on items early. This could come in handy. And a gem is good. I mean, gaining 1 gem is better in pure gem terms than losing 1 gem. That's almost tautological. These are all kind of bad right now. Do I want to use my die already, though? I guess. Take the spare room to keep northward options available. Oh, hey, it's a spare room with something in it. Oh, even better. It's a spare room with a key. All right. Come on, boiler room. Oh, actually, also quite helpful. Okay. And another key. That's helpful. The pool room, tragically, is another ventless room. All right. I think I'll backtrack first. Spare room is ventless, not that I expected anything different from it. Okay. The pump room is out there. Boy, do I wish more than ever that I'd had the common sense to make the boiler room common. Breakfast nook will do. We got a good key supply now. That's not nothing. All right. I'll do morning room here. Gems now and gems tomorrow. Okay. And the lucky rabbit's foot. I felt like I've already had that just because of the generosity with keys so far. I am loaded with gems. I'm kind of dreading the possibility of drawing the pump room before the boiler room. Out of all of these, I think it makes the most sense to get the utility closet. It's not really a good argument to be made against unlocking this trunk. I have so many keys, but come on, give me another key. Actually, that's also quite good. And another gem. This could work out. It's not guaranteed to, but nothing's promised. There's something to be said for getting the garage and just being absolutely stocked with keys. I think I want to focus on keeping an enclosed space here where perhaps we can get the boiler room, pump room connection going. Oh, sweet. Come on, lockpicks. Beautiful. Corridor, I guess. Ooh. Single coin that I would have absolutely missed. Locker room, I do not care about. The maid's chamber saves me a space, but counteracts my thing. I guess I'll just do the storeroom and then take a bunch of steps. Frustrating. This very well might just get off to a great start and then come crashing down when I just get blocked. But you never know. This just feels like mockery. Because I feel it's very unlikely I'm going to find the greenhouse and reach the antechamber anyway. Plus, I don't really need to until I've done more. Ooh, the silver key. I guess, you know what? It might be worth you if I get the opportunity to using the silver key when I've got a few keys and lockpicks. Might maximize my chances of really digging into that room. But a lot depends on my next draw. It could all just come crashing down. Although it'll come crashing down so quickly that it'll turn out that I can do one more day. Okay. Come on. Draft the boiler room and then draft the pump room right from the boiler room. That's the energy I'm manifesting. The pump room, but we're dead. Well, that feels cruel. I guess I'll click on it. And then I suppose I could. There's no reason not to, for now, get the reservoir set up. Because I need the pump room to implement the fountain only solution anyway. All right. Little Towers of Hanoi action here. I've got to remember what I did last time. I think it involved draining the kitchen. Let's see. Oh. Well, why not? Absolute cruelty. I don't need all this fucking money. Okay. Right. So then, actually, it's pretty easy from here. Just have to take one out of the kitchen. 4. Sorry. Take 3 out of the kitchen. Drain the kitchen. And then drain the reservoir into the same pump. How does that work? Number 2 comes to here. We have this aiming to the right one. Perfect. All right. If I draw the tomb, we've got it now. Otherwise, I needed the pump room and the connection to the boiler room to get anywhere anyway. Did this actually happen fast enough I can do one more day? It sure did. All right. Day 23. Lucky day 23. Just give me the tomb. I've been kind to you, game. Said nothing but nice things about you, except that one time that you locked up on day 18. And to be fair, you didn't deserve to have anything nice said about you at that particular moment. Yeah. All right. For anything else, let's just see if it just gives me the tube. We're laughing. And that's a possibility every single day, although I get the sense that the tomb is not a common draft. Since, among other things, it's a black room, the only one I know so far of its kind. And it seems unlikely there's going to be a secret black room inside the home. Ooh. Well, this is interesting. This would be more mechanically helpful for my current goal, but it's impossible to turn down. Doing a new thing. I have nothing to offer you, Shrine, unless you'll take gems. Make an offering of coins. Well, no, not right now, but damn it, yesterday when I ended with all these coins I couldn't use, this would have been great. I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Probably should have gone with the hovel, but who knows? Maybe I'll make a bunch of money on this day. And we'll lock something in for next time. Weird to get the dark room this early. I'll take the 4 coins. Because who knows? Maybe that's going to pave the way. It's got to be the den. Good to get 1 gem for now. Is there anything else here? No. Breakfast nook? Yep. Get some keys in the mix. Maybe I should have just taken the sledgehammer finally. Nah. Need to do that with intention after leaving it there for this long. Morning room is a tough one to say no to. It's just so good for the gem economy. And it seems to pretty frequently have the lucky rabbit's foot, but that might just be me seeing patterns that aren't really there. There's nothing to be gained by continuing to kick myself over it, but god damn it, why didn't I make the boiler room common? Okay, here we go. The white box is true. The other two boxes are false. Well, those can't both be true. Ah, in fact, literally, this is the one that can't be true. So this is false. And if this is false, then this is false, which means the black box is true. The other two boxes are empty. Ta-da! Yeah, I might as well. I'm definitely starting to feel that hunger I was talking about. So, make hasty decisions, and either it works out and I get stuck playing much longer while hungry, or it all falls apart, but I can end the day and go eat. I'll take the drawing room. But before we advance, let's see what else we can get. Hallway. Yeah. West Wing Hall. Makes sense. Especially because who knows what could be in this corner. This would be a great spot to get the walk-in closet I was about to say. Okay. A key card, the compass, and another gem, thus paying for itself. Not bad. I'm going to say, because I still have two other northward options, let's stock up on keys and possibly coins for the sake of making an offering before I give up for the day. And now, time for the game to start hitting me with good draws. Fuck. Tempting. The closet's tempting too, but I should keep northward hopes alive. But before I advance, let's do the drawing room. Very nice to have this embarrassment of steps every day. Even if I had accomplished nothing else today. And I think I accomplished a few other things today. Would have considered it a victory purely on that basis. Just take the spare room. Then again, if the courtyard has a shovel, it has the same door effects. Excellent. A shovel. Who knows what could happen now? As far as getting a ridiculous number of coins and or keys. Or nothing. Okay. 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 A few coins. Okay. Not bad. Don't need you, locksmith. Guess I'll take the observatory. Apples are extra delicious and 3 bonus steps. It's not nothing. Danielle's a calling. Perhaps to say, you know, come interact with me. Hang tight for a second. I should have realized it's grocery day. She called me to help her with groceries, which I'm going to go do. Hang tight, gang. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay. Here we go. Whoops. Almost clicked call it a day. She did get local strawberries, which, if strawberries existed in blueprints, I assume they would give you a lot of steps. Spare room, I guess. Kitchen, I guess. It's not like I need steps, but I do need options to go north. Why, yes, indeed. I've turned off the water here. I don't have the broken lever this time. I'll shoot the conference room. It's keeping options open at least. Hey, a banana. Giant banana. That's like a plantain-sized banana. I never really thought about it before. This is so strange to me now. Because how does that correspond to a date? Okay, hold on. Even though I got a bunch of keys, might as well. Of course. All right. Go this way first. Since it connects to another way where I probably don't have a lock to deal with. Of these, I would rather the gymnasium. Oh, in fact, I've turned the lights off in the gymnasium. I guess. We don't suddenly get new options. I'm going to put the Great Hall here and not go into it yet. It's got a trunk and everything. Instead, I will double back and let's see if... Well, we at least know the corridor is not locked. Not feeling great about the odds of this all working out on this particular day. The odds would feel better if I had not been a dummy and made the boiler room standard instead of common. Oh, well. One of 3 requirements now met. Another gigantic banana to eat. Okay. I'll open it. Yeah. You never know when you're going to be swimming and then suddenly you really need to bump up your potassium. I've already had this one. And I have screenshots of it, so that's okay. When you see a giant gear in a mysterious house, it's counterintuitive to not be able to pick it up. Okay. What could we make? Shovel and compass makes something, apparently. Neat. Compass and shovel only. We have merely this one option. The dowsing rod. Okay. Out of curiosity. Dowsing rod. While drafting, dowsing rod points towards rooms that might contain more items today than usual. Well, that's fun. I've got the key card, thank goodness. The pump room. Except that the pump room placed here has no chance of ever connecting to the boiler room. So I'd just be torturing myself. I'll do the boudoir for now. This is probably over. So I get the mockery of multiple delicious apples. Get this red gem. And then into the Great Hall. This door is locked. Well, no, I'm too rich in steps to not go back around. Okay. Maybe, yeah. I'll do it this way. Come on, boiler room. No. I don't want to lose any coins. I don't want to draft blindly. But I can walk back to the utility closet. Fine. Zip, zip, zip. Zap. It's out. Backtrack. I gotta make it so that I can't go back and make a blessing with my lucky 7 coins. Well, if I do, screw me. I did it to myself. Okay. We're almost there. After all this, it's going to be wild if it somehow works out today. Seems wildly unlikely, but you never know. So let's see. North, 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 east, east, north, north. That's not too hard. Yeah. Like I would probably at this point defer. I would save it as a treat for myself next time to go further. And we can make a battery charged key card. All right. If this door is not locked, then I might as well do it. Okay. Boiler room. It will go through the dark room and north. Just going to open it for now. Okay. Come on. Just give it to me right here. Give me the pump room. Nope. Yes, I will have to check. Oh, I don't want to go in the chapel. And it pointed here to the nursery. So the nursery might have items. Well, not the item I was hoping for. A coin. But it's not nothing, I guess. Still, only 3 days today, and at least one of those days came really close. That's cause for optimism for the future. Hey, a replacement metal detector. And places to dig. Except I turned my shovel into a dowsing rod. And you can't dig with a dowsing rod. Okay. Wait. What was that about? I think it's just a misfire. But given the multi-dimensionality of this room, the verticality of this room, it could also, but isn't, be something up here. Ah, well. If only the foundation had vents. Should I do one more room in case I get a bunch of coins? Let's see. 19 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's worth it. Can't take them with you. Maybe the guest bedroom, maybe the foolish guests left some money, and they did. Plus the extra steps. No, they didn't. They left the illusion of money in the form of a golden gem, a topaz. Wait, but of course there are dig spots here. But I fucking don't have a goddamn shovel anymore. Okay. Pardon my language. Not that I'm actually in any way sorry for general cursing. Curse words can be great. That was just stupid, lazy swearing. Well, we're going to lock in a blessing that will last for several days. I hope 7 coins is the lucky one that makes you more likely to draft any 3 rooms of your choice. Like, the thing is that the dig spots are all loose dirt, too. So I was like, come on, Simon. Scrape at it with the dowsing rod. Use your friggin' hands, man. Final act of the day. It may result. So this could just be a beautiful kick in the teeth to round out the day. Let's find out. Will you bless me, weird shrine? The blessing of the chef. For each different type of spread you do each day, add an extra dish to the dining room for 3 days. What an obscure combination of things. And also would have been way more helpful in the past. Steps aren't really the big restrictor on me now. Oh well. That's it. Not the successful day that I was hoping for, but still a fairly successful day. Every day now, there's a chance that if I just draft that tomb again, we're there without any more luck required. Otherwise, I made the boiler room a bit more likely instead of much more likely, like a fucking weirdo. But at least it's a bit more likely. And on top of that, I made some progress in other ways. We got the orchard, obviously. Big thing. I didn't do anything yet with the House of Mirrors. Room of Mirrors. Because it's tricky. You need entrances from all 4 sides. So a lot depends on the draft. But we made some progress there. We started doing classrooms for the first time. And those seem cool. Although it definitely feels like the big classroom reveal is waiting in the 8th grade classroom, or the grade infinity, as they perhaps call it. Cool. Really digging this game. And I got a good feeling about next week. I guess we'll see, but I got a good feeling. All right, so where do we go from here? 2 years in a row that May came and I started talking about stepping up the streaming schedule before my vacation, and then It's almost vacation time, July. Haven't done it. And this year I was even saying, I know last year, but this time is going to be different. But maybe this week will be different. So maybe I'll play some Lolo sometime off schedule. On Wednesday, as long as the stars continue to align, Gregory will be here, and we will get our list of beat 'em ups through 1993 that we still have left to play for the second phase of our beat 'em up project into the single digits. We are almost at the storied period where phase 2 ends, and we take a little hiatus and take the Greg and James brand to something else for a little bit before we return to our greater cause of playing every beat 'em up, which is going to get harder and harder to do. Might even turn out to be impossible, even though there are fewer and fewer beat 'em ups for a long, especially for the wilderness period before Castle Crashers kind of started reviving the genre. There's also just the problem of some of those are going to be harder to access than games through the mid 90s. We just get on emulators easily, but we'll see. Those are bridges that we don't have to cross for quite a while. On Friday, it is the 100th episode of Friday Night Frosthaven. And hopefully, our plan, knock on wood, I need to do a little bit of thinking about the logistics of it, but we're going to try to do it in person. So that's rare, but cool. You'll get to see real evidence that me and Rich exist in the same physical space. I could provide it to you, actually. I have a picture of me and Rich. I have multiple pictures, but I have a recent picture of me and Rich as my birthday photos started being delivered from the photographer who did my glamour drag shoot on my birthday. It includes like a real proper husband and wife picture of me and Rich, which tells you something about the deep love and open-heartedness that exists between two straight best friends. Yeah. What a guy. I sure do love Rich. So I'm excited to have him over. If it all comes together and we do it in person, Rich and I are going to pound a bunch of champagne. So that'll be fun. Greg won't. He's a teetotaler. Yeah. So that's Friday. And then next Saturday might be me playing Suikoden, or it might be Jamie Rose, my drag persona, playing Leisure Suit Larry 2. And we'll see if together she and I can remember anything. I think we'll be okay. We'll see. Time will tell. And from there, what's the other thing? It's Blueprints next Sunday. Before you know it, it'll be next Sunday. And I got a really good feeling about what's going to happen in my next Blueprints session. Time will tell, but I'm optimistic. And I hope you are too. All right. This was fun. Thanks for joining me. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left and you can't hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're just begging the game, just give me the rooms. Come on. Just give them to me. Just give me the fucking rooms. Take care of yourselves. And be kind to everyone you meet.